Hey everyone, welcome back. So we just in our last video got those two files downloaded and saved somewhere on our computer that we can find them. So here's where we're going to start with this video. I'm going to find my file, and here it is, BA322 from Fall 25. I'm going to double click it, and I'm going to open both of these. I'm going to open Nolan SLX, and I'm going to open Nolan Financial XLX. All right, so I'm going to put these where I can see them both, so I make sure that neither of them are in full screen. And what I want is one file, one workbook that contains two sheets with both sets of data. So when working in Excel, the data is contained in tabs. So this tab is called Model, but I can add another tab by clicking on this plus where it says New Sheet, or add a new sheet or a new tab. So now this workbook that's called Nolan has two tabs, Model and Sheet 1. What I want to do now is copy the data from Nolan Financial and paste it into the workbook called Nolan. So to do that, I've got a couple of choices. I need to copy this so I can highlight it just like I did and hit Command C for my Mac or Control C if you're on a PC. And now I can take it and place it in Nolan Financial by using Control V, copy and paste, or Command V, depending on the type of computer you're on. A shortcut that I want to show you, or something that can make it easier, because we're going to get to where we've got hundreds of rows of data, and it takes a long time to highlight and drag down. It doesn't seem like it does, but let me show you a shortcut. Up in the upper left-hand corner, right where my cursor is now, you can see it's kind of a little triangle. I say click the triangle, and it just highlights everything, and then I can hit Command C, go back to my Nolan Financial, and then I can paste that here using Command or Control V. So now I still have two files, but this one has two tabs now, and I've essentially saved my data from the Nolan file and the Nolan Financial file into one Excel workbook. Well, that's a great place to start. And I have a place where I can save that, which is in the file I created. So I'm going to save this file. And I can either do it from here in the Quick Start tab bar, Save As, or I can go File, Save As. And I'm going to, you can see it's defaulting, so I want to look to see where it's going to go. It defaults to BA322 Fall 25, and I can see that I've got my two existing files in there, but you're going to want to navigate to make sure that you're placing this in the file with your Fall 25 stuff. So I'm going to call this Week 1 Lab. There we go. So now I've got a new file called Week 1 Lab, and it's got the two tabs I need for this class. The last thing I want to do is label each of these tabs with a meaningful name so that when I open this, I can see right away what tabs I have, what they're called. So this one was called Model. That doesn't tell us that much. I'm just going to rename it the file name that I downloaded. So if I double click on the tab where it says Model, I can just type right over it, N-O-W-L-I-N. N-O-W-L-I-N. Great. And then sheet 2 was from a file called Nolan Financial, so I'm just going to call this one N-O-W-L-I-N-F-I-N-A-N-C-I-A-L. Is that right? Financial. Great. So I will save this. And now I've combined both data sets into a single file that I've called Week 1 Lab, and I've saved to my folder for this class. Nicely done. Okay, see you guys at the next video where we begin understanding the anatomy of an Excel workbook, learning how to navigate the ribbon and the different tabs, and then we're going to learn how to do some formatting, and we're going to set up a break-even model, and we're going to calculate after-tax profits for Nolan Financial for the last 12 months. All right, team, see you in the next video.